Paul Ricoeur was a smart French thinker who had big ideas about how people understand things. He once said something important. The symbol gives rise to thought. Let's talk about what this means and why it matters. What does this saying mean? When Ricoeur says, the symbol gives rise to thought, he's telling us that symbols are powerful. They make us think in new ways. A symbol isn't just a picture or a sign. It's something that holds a lot of meaning. Symbols are everywhere in our lives. They're in the stories we tell, the art we make, and the things we believe. Ricoeur thought symbols were special because they help us understand big ideas that are hard to explain with just words. When we see a symbol, it starts a process in our minds. We begin to think about what it means. Sometimes, a symbol can make us think about things we never thought of before. Symbols in our lives. Think about some symbols you know. Maybe the heart shape that means love, or a country's flag. These symbols mean more than what they look like. They make us feel things and remember important ideas. Ricoeur believed symbols do two things at once. They show us something, but they also hide something. For example, a wedding ring shows that someone is married, but it also stands for all the feelings and promises that go with marriage, which you can't see just by looking at the ring. Understanding symbols. Ricoeur spent a lot of time thinking about how we understand symbols. He said we need to look at them carefully and think about where they come from and what they mean to different people. He wrote a book called The Symbolism of Evil, where he looked at symbols about guilt and forgiveness. He showed that these symbols help us understand deep feelings that are hard to talk about. 2 ways of looking at symbols. Ricoeur said there are 2 ways to understand symbols. We can break them down and study them, like scientists studying something in a lab. We can try to feel what they mean, using our emotions and experiences. He thought both ways were important. We need to think clearly about symbols, but we also need to let them touch our hearts. Why this matters today. Ricoeur's ideas about symbols are still important today. We see symbols everywhere, in politics, in ads, in the things people post online. For example, the raised fist used in the Black Lives Matter movement is a symbol. It stands for fighting against unfairness and standing together. When people see it, they think about all the history behind it and what it means for today. In books, movies, and art, symbols are used to tell stories and share ideas. They make us feel things and think about big questions. Ricoeur reminds us that when we pay attention to symbols, we can learn more about ourselves and the world. Wrapping up. When Ricoeur said, the symbol gives rise to thought, he was telling us something important about how our minds work. Symbols aren't just simple pictures or signs. They're powerful things that make us think and feel. Symbols can show us big truths about life, but they can also hide things. That's why Ricoeur thought we should look at them carefully. We should think about what they mean, where they come from, and how different people might see them. In today's world, full of pictures and signs everywhere, Ricoeur's ideas can help us. They remind us to pay attention to symbols and think about what they really mean. When we do this, we can understand more about our world and ourselves. Symbols are like bridges. They connect what we can see with ideas we can't see. They connect the past with the present. And they connect different people who share the same symbols. By thinking about symbols the way Ricoeur suggested, we can understand stories and art better. See how different cultures use symbols. Think about big ideas in new ways. Understand our own feelings and thoughts better. So next time you see a symbol, whether it's a logo, a religious sign, or a picture that stands for something, take a moment to think about it. What does it show? What does it hide? How does it make you feel? What does it make you think about? Remember, as Ricoeur said, symbols make us think, and thinking helps us grow and understand our world better.